The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, says it is ending collective bargaining for transportation security officers with the Transportation Security Administration, TSA. In a release obtained exclusively by Fox Business, DHS said the TSA has more people doing full-time union work rather than performing screening functions at 86% of U.S. airports. This means that out of 432 federalized airports, 374 airports have fewer than 200 TSA officers to perform screening functions. These officers are paid by the government but work full-time on union matters and do not retain certification to perform screening functions, DHS said. The department cited a recent TSA employee survey which found that more than 60% of poor performers are allowed to stay employed and, not surprisingly, continue to not perform. DHS said these circumstances have impeded TSA's chief responsibility to safeguard our transportation systems and keep Americans safe. DHS argued that eliminating collective bargaining will make airports more efficient by removing bureaucratic hurdles that will enhance productivity and lower passengers' wait times in security lines. DHS said transportation security officers will now be promoted based on their performance, not longevity or union membership. Thanks to DHS Secretary Noem's action, transportation security officers will no longer lose their hard-earned dollars to a union that does not represent them. The Trump administration is committed to returning to merit-based hiring and firing policies, a DHS spokesperson said in a statement. This action will ensure Americans will have a more effective and modernized workforce across the nation's transportation networks, meaning shorter airport security wait times. TSA is renewing its commitment to providing a quick and secure travel process for Americans. The American Federation of Government Employees, which represents TSOs, has pushed back on DHS claims, saying TSOs who volunteer as union representatives account for less than 0.5% of all work hours performed at TSA, with fewer union representatives nationwide at TSA than the number of total screeners at 86% of individual federal airports. 47,000 transportation security officers show up at over 400 airports across the country every single day to make sure our skies are safe for air travel. Many of them are veterans who went from serving their country in the armed forces to wearing a second uniform protecting the homeland and ensuring another terrorist attack like September 11 never happens again, AFGE National President Everett Kelly said in a statement, characterizing Friday's announcement as an unprovoked attack by DHS Secretary Noem and the Trump administration. They gave as a justification a completely fabricated claim about union officials, making clear this action has nothing to do with efficiency, safety, or homeland security. This is merely a pretext for attacking the rights of regular working Americans across the country because they happen to belong to a union, Kelly said. Our union has been out in front challenging this administration's unlawful actions targeting federal workers, both in the legal courts and in the court of public opinion. Now our TSA officers are paying the price with this clearly retaliatory action.